It was me, chat. I did it. Sorry, we be better than the previous thing we were doing for like action gameplay and stuff like that. So we'll be able to get a better um, fidelity in the like action gameplay for anytime I'm on stream. Uh, for those of you who don't know, Halcyon, sorry, hey, what's up? I'm Vince. Obviously, you know me from the internet and places. I'm Viper Zero in chat. That's my thing. Um, we've got Christina and Tony as well on stream. They'll probably pop up here in a minute, but it's all good. No worries for. Oh, what was that, Tony? Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so we don't stream very often. We've only been streaming since January. We stream Wednesdays and Thursdays every week for 2 hours each day. Today's stream is Unreal 5 and game dev focused. Last week I was building a block out for. Are we echoing?
Might be, but I'll mute here.
Okay, no worries. So I started building a block out for like a splash screen. Was that Christina echoing? Am I echoing? Might be, but I'll mute here. Okay, so yeah, I'll just no worries. We are. Let me back up. So we've got several people all connecting to one endpoint and then pushing our stream out to the internet using one PC. So we've got like 4 PCs or 3 PCs all going into one, and that one's pushing out to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. We've had some issues with like video capture and having a delay and all that and trying to figure all that mess out. So we found, thanks to Omni Dynamic, Tony and Omni sat down like over the weekend and like tested out a bunch of different things, found a protocol that will work a little bit better for us. And so we're basically just testing that out this morning. Getting it all dialed in. It seems to be better than what we had going before. We were using a combination of like Skype and Discord sharing and all that other stuff. So now we've got like a single protocol, just taking all of our feeds and then putting them to the stream PC and then pushing that out through OBS. So it should be a lot more stable and just clean. And so far it's worked really well. We just have a little bit of configuration to do. So sorry about that this morning. No stress. It's all good. What I'm working on today is Unreal 5. I've been working on a block out so we make stuff in VR, for Quest, Index, AVP as well, AVP eventually. That whole Unreal to Apple Vision and, stuff is pretty challenging. So it's hopefully coming soon. There's a couple people working on that. At any rate.
Should actually have been part of UE 5.4.
Oh, sick. Yeah. Okay. So that's where we're going. One of the things that I've been working on is blocking out a like Fractal Grove, splash screen. So when you boot up one of our, applications or a game or something that we've got, you'll, especially for, an HMD, you'll go into this space that's like procedurally generated, a fractal forest, and it's just kind of always changing. You'll only be in there for a couple seconds and then it'll load into another screen. I think we've done a bunch of really cool stuff, Halcyon, with Unreal integration in our stream and all kinds of other stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited to kind of like show you a little bit of what we've been doing. Tony's built some really awesome stuff and he's been working with Neighbor Grid. So when he's ready, he's going to show off a little bit of that. Me doing like level design blockout is going to be a little more chill, like slow, chat can ask questions. I can, stop what I'm doing and talk with chat and all that. Hey, there we go. Okay. We got Grid. Christina's over there in the green hat looking fabulous. Oh, Christina just disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back again.
Oh no, why? Well, that's good. I was literally fixing my face and I did not know we were.
Now you're great. You look lovely. And then Tony's mad scientist workshop back there is looking fucking sick. So yeah, that's kind of what we got on the agenda for today. We're only gonna be live for a couple of hours. We push all of our. Oh, we are echoing.
It looks like we got a pretty gnarly echo from. I think it's just mainly Christina.
It's
Me and
always
this
you,
fucking
Christina.
mic. Sorry.
Wait till I stop. Okay, I think we're good now.
Yeah,
maybe.
it looks better now when. Yeah, her levels aren't going up when we're talking. So cool.
Yeah, so we're just we do a lot of stuff. So let me back up again. The whole goal of our stream isn't to be pro streamers. We're not going to be here 60 hours a week or 80 hours a week or something like that. This is meant to be like an open door to the studio. Chat, anyone in chat, anyone that follows us on socials, this is the time to come in, talk to us about what we're building, give us suggestions, tell us what you want to see. If you need help with anything in Unreal, if you want to know more about the video game, pipeline process, like how you build games, all of that. That's the whole point of this Wednesday stream. Thursday is about like just being chill and hanging out and playing games with all y'all. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw Discord and our link tree, which I think most of you guys already have anyway. I know that y'all in chat have come through the Discord a few times, and I've chatted with you. So, yeah, it's super dope. FICO's wondering what we're using. Are you asking about like the protocol, FICO?
So we are currently using it's called video.ninja, and I believe it's doing some P2P web RTC stuff that again the Omnidynamic helped us with a lot of this stuff. So he initially was the one that figured it out. FICO, you should go look at the GitHub for Video Ninja. It is some of the nastiest code I've ever seen. It's effectively like an entire app just written in HTML files with script tags. But longer term, I've still been talking to Omnidynamic, and we're thinking about trying to implement this other protocol that he had identified. I don't know if he's in the chat right now, but he could probably talk about this better than I could, but I'm trying to look at what we were talking about, see what it's called. I think it's like whip or something like that, and that's supposed to potentially be better. So longer term, we might look into something like that.
Sick.
The video dev wanted to work with Truffle. Interesting. I mean, the tech is really cool, and it's something I hadn't found before he pointed it out to me, but it totally kind of simplified a lot of the stuff that we were doing with like Skype, and I'm sure you would see our video resolutions would constantly change because of Skype and stuff like that. So this at least simplifies part of our pipeline quite a bit, and our theory is that we should be able to kind of take either the Video Ninja tech itself and kind of replicate it for our own uses within our own server, or potentially look at like a better protocol like whip or something and do that instead. So yeah.
Sick. What do you want to get into? So Christina is grabbing her headphones so that she can try to mitigate the echo. Do you want to hop into Neighbor Grid? Do you want me to get into
I can
more
show
Blackout?
I'll show some Coin Pusher and Neighbor Grid stuff for a little bit, and then you can fill the rest of the time with your stuff.
Sick.
So let me just get this pulled up here.
Yeah, Halcyon, if you're still around, I want to show you what we got going on with this Coin Pusher thing. We integrated our Twitch channel points into an arcade style coin pusher that Tony built in Unreal. So you can just like throw your channel points at this thing. It's pretty cool. So as soon as he gets it up, we should be good to go, and then he'll let you know when you guys can do that. She is echoing, definitely, Sedge. Oh, we got her. Okay, she's back. She's got a blanket.
I can mute her if I need to. It might. Oh, it's actually me.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, if I leave my mic open, apparently it doesn't get rid of it at all. So I'll try to keep it muted.
Bro, are you serious? Do you know what I had to do to find these headphones?
Okay, yeah. I was gonna start with the coin pusher here for a minute. I will turn on the rewards so that you guys can spend your channel points. I was gonna show off some other stuff that doesn't totally work with Twitch integration right now, so the channel points won't work then, but we'll turn them on here for a little bit while we talk about this part, because I'm sure there's some people here who haven't actually seen this before. So let me get this going. But yeah, so if you look in your channel points now at the bottom of the chat, you should have some drop coin rewards that you can spend your coins on, and that will cause them to get added to the board here.
Tony, you are like perpetually echoing.
Test. Kind of looks like I'm coming through yours now.
My mic's muted.
Check. Test. Does that fix it? Kind of looks like it fixed it.
Yeah, that's better. That's awesome.
Okay. Yeah, we just got to stay muted when we're not talking though. Yeah, we'll just put headphones on too then, I guess.
I'm not sure if they understood what you were saying about the coin pusher. That echo was pretty wild.
Okay, I'm gonna talk again now. There's channel points rewards that are enabled for the channel right now that will allow you to put coins on the board here. If you've never been around when we've done the coin pusher before, this is something that's integrated with Twitch. So you guys can spend your channel points. You'll see that there's coins going into the queue now there on the left, and being added to the board. We keep track of all of the coins that get pushed off of the end. We keep track of all of the coins that each person puts into the board. So there's kind of like a high score type thing being tracked behind the scenes. And we have a lot of really cool integration ideas that we plan to do with this longer term. And so I'm going to show off kind of the next iteration that we're working on here after we hang out here for a little bit. But just wanted to kind of show how it works for anybody who hasn't seen it before, and of course let our loyal users who have all of their channel points spend a few right now. So Vince, I don't know if you have anything else that you want to add to it while we let it run here for a little bit.
Yeah, so the whole goal of this is, instead of doing like a poll in Twitch or in Discord and stuff like that, like we want to be able to get to the point where we can just use the coin pusher for this. So we can drop more objects than just coins. We've got dodecahedron, like Destiny engram shaped things. We've got some like giant crystal looking things. The whole idea behind that is when one of those things drops into the pusher. Oh, this echo is wild. But yeah, the pusher. Okay, there we go. We've got some triangles in there. We got some crystals. So imagine that like one of those triangles and one of those crystals is like, play V Rising on stream on Thursday, right? Like that's how we would do that. You could get, your request for a sub or, a gifted sub, stuff like that. Like that's the whole point of this. We want to just integrate that instead of doing like, just graphics that sit in the overlay. We're trying to like really integrate everything with Unreal and just make cool stuff. In the upper right hand corner of the coin pusher, you can see there's like a rainbow colored thing. That's actually like a material that we can cast video to. So Tony can put like my face up there, or put all of us up there. That's
I don't have that hooked up right this minute, but yes, that is definitely something I can do where I can just grab it's effectively an OBS output and I can put it onto a material here in Unreal.
And the whole goal is to like really find a place for the coin pusher to work. People like it so far. We haven't gotten to the point where we can get like our community is still really small, so we're not quite at the point yet where it's like someone goes, I want you guys to play V Rising. No, I want to play Squad or whatever. Like we don't have that situation going on yet, so pretty much any request is like it just kind of gets through and it's honored right now. as we get bigger, we're going to use the coin pusher for more stuff like that. So.
Absolutely. And like I said, we have kind of a new iteration of this that we're working on right now that I'll show off here in a few minutes once these queued coins wrap up. But the way that it's currently built right now is very much a prototype. It's not super performant, as I'm sure you can kind of tell. And a lot of the techniques that are used actually have been improved even in the short period of time that we've been building this, which is only about 2 or 3 months. But a new big version of Unreal came out yesterday, and there is this new technology called Neighbor Grid that allows you to do really interesting things with physics and particle simulations. And that's kind of the longer term way that we hope to implement this. And that's what I'll show off here in a minute when we're done. And so it can be effectively a lot more complex, and we can have 10 to 100 times more items on screen than we have right now. So it should be really interesting. And we're currently just kind of trying to figure out interesting ways to utilize it, and ways to show it on screen that are entertaining for viewers, and all of that. So we always say this, that anybody has any feedback or ideas or anything pertaining to the coin pusher that they'd like to see us try or do or something like that, we are very open to those things. And this is something for the community more than anything else.
Yeah,
I want that
100%.
sparkling unicorn that we were talking about that one time. I want that to drop.
Remind me what we were talking about.
I don't know, it was something on WoW, I think, that you could buy.
Oh, that the celestial steed. It was like a $15 flying horse mount thing. Okay, yeah, we can try to figure out some kind of a sparkle pony for Christina. Oh shit, it should be your avatar should be like Grim Reaper on the unicorn with like huge scythe. That'd be sick.
Yes, that's what I want.
We have some other ideas for the space too. Ideally, this is probably going to be like a quote unquote studio for the stream longer term, where the 3 of us will be on green screen and be more competent to the scene probably. We've also been looking at kind of VTuber-esque type things. I don't think any of us would be doing anything that really looked like a VTuber, but I know Christina's started to study making metahumans and doing clothes and stuff like that in 3D and Unreal Engine. And so I think there's potentially going to be some very interesting stuff that we can do with that, both on the stream and the coin pusher here, and also in any of the other projects that we're going to be building. So it's going to be very cool to see.
Tony's like, she's been studying it. I literally downloaded it yesterday and made one like metahuman sim. So
that counts.
Haven't
as
gone
studying.
too far yet.
You spent time doing it. So
dude, that's fucking sick.
Yeah.
I want to see it so bad.
It was most of the time was spent waiting for fucking Epic Games to download shit.
Do you want to show the stream the metahuman that you made?
No, absolutely not, because my whole computer will crash.
Okay. Well, maybe you can like
figure
give
out.
it to me
You and I need
next
to talk
time or something, and I can pull it up on my computer or something. But yeah, she sent it to me on Discord. I've seen it. Like she made a metahuman. It's very cool.
Thanks.
What's up, Omni?
And honestly, was hard to do at all.
We got Omni in chat.
What's up, Omni? We were talking about you and Video Ninja and all that a little bit ago. We're using it right now. It's working great. We just had a little bit of trouble with the audio setup initially, and it looks like
we still have a little
mic really bad, but yeah,
still have a little echo going on. It's weird because it's like a delayed echo. I don't know.
It is not me this time, so. It is not me this time, so you two need to figure your shit out, because I have headphones on. Everything else is muted.
Yeah, I keep muting my mic, but it seems okay. I don't know. Let us know if it gets weird, chat.
Not me.
I'm not sure how weird it is.
Okay, chat. I'm gonna swap over to some of the new stuff we've been working on. So let me get there.
I really like this stuff. I think it's super exciting. I think this is so. Imagine like what we just showed you guys with the coin pusher. Tony's like mad scientist lab. He's gone into figuring out how to optimize. I think you were telling me, Tony, that each of the coins is like an individual mesh, and you're like spawning meshes. So like trying the neighbor grid solution means that we're going to be more performant and have like significantly more particles on the screen by turning each of those meshes into like a nanite particle or a nanite mesh or something like that, right?
Niagara, yeah. So
Niagara,
currently,
sorry.
right now, they're just all static meshes, every coin on the board, and that the more coins you have, the harder it is on the processing and whatnot. But Unreal has a particle system built into it called Niagara, and it is able to, without getting too technical, it does some complex GPU mathematics that is a lot more performant, and does have some drawbacks and some downsides. One of the typical ones is that the particles can't really collide with each other and aren't aware of where each other are, and they can't do too much in terms of colliding with the environment and stuff like that. But there's been this new system implemented called Neighbor Grid, and it kind of does what it says. It creates this grid within the particle system that kind of allows the particles to know about other particles that are around them. I only understand it on a very basic level, so I don't want to say the wrong thing here, but it has allowed us to, you can kind of see what's going on here in the preview scene before I hit go, but these are all particles rather than individual static meshes. So these are very performant, and they are aware of each other, and they can collide with each other, and they have gravity, and they collide with the environment. And it's allowed us to do a lot of really interesting stuff. If you tried to do this in the past before this technology existed, one, the particles wouldn't be able to collide with each other, and if you wanted them to, then you would have to go back to static meshes, which is what we were doing before, which was insanely non-performant. Unreal 5 has pushed stuff really far outside of stuff like this particle sim in terms of performance, but this new development, just allows for a lot of stuff that basically could never be done in a video game before. And I think hopefully we're going to start to see some really interesting gameplay ideas that are coming out of it. I'm seeing a lot of people building kind of destruction-based games and stuff like that with it. So we'll see what happens. But this is one of the experiments that I built the other day. I'm just working on kind of like water park dump buckets where they fill up to a certain threshold, and then they dump out when they hit that threshold. And so each of these is a blueprint that's smart, and it's able to know how many particles are inside of it. That is another thing that's kind of like a more complex and newer thing that you can do with Niagara, is you can export all of our particle locations. But yeah, so then playing around with this, Vince and I have been trying to figure out what does the next version of the coin pusher look like and what would be interesting. And we've been looking at
it's stepping over. Sorry, I just get so excited. I want to be in that bucket. I don't know why.
It's fantastic.
Totally, it's very satisfying. And you guys have no idea how much I just sit when I'm building this stuff and just let it run and watch it, and I'm just infinitely entertained by it, and make so many recordings. And I only share a small percentage of that stuff. So, but yeah, so the stuff that we're kind of looking at now kind of is looking like this. I'm sure you can kind of see some DNA of that original coin pusher, but there's a lot more going on. And Vince and Christina haven't even seen a lot of this stuff yet because I was working on it this morning. But yeah, I'll get a play in here and we'll just kind of walk through what's going on.
That is sick. Yeah, I think the echo is me, guys. So I was trying to just mute myself so that it wasn't happening. But I
Where are your
appreciate it.
headphones, bro?
I mean, this is the first time that I've had to consider using headphones, but I can literally just put them on. They're right here.
Yeah, we'll get it
Can't
figured out.
do that.
But yeah, so we have
This
these
is so cool,
two,
Tony. What the hell? I didn't see this yet.
Sorry, what was that?
I didn't see this yet. This is so cool.
Yep. So we have these two kind of feeding ramps at the top that come out. We didn't really like that the coins were just spawning in midair, so we wanted to create somewhere for them to come from. So now they do this, and I went through 20 different iterations of kind of this top section last night, and it used to be a lot taller, but I was finding that when the particles would get to the bottom, they would just bounce right off, basically, because they had way too much velocity and stuff. I'm realizing real quick that my settings aren't right, so let me adjust.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Omni.
Yeah, me either.
Statistical math.
I don't do math or science. Post a picture of this in our community Discord so we know what you're talking
Statistical
about.
math.
Yeah.
That'd
That'd be sick. Thank you. And for anyone new, what's up? Asmi Gamer, AZMI Gamer? I don't know how to say your name. Let me know. I don't want to say it wrong. But thanks for coming through. Thanks for chatting and helping us out with the echo. We're not professional streamers, so we're a little sloppy sometimes. And we're trying a bunch of new tech. We have a very complicated stream setup, so really appreciate you helping out.
But yep, so now when they go down the ramp, there's these kind of catch holes that they can go into, and that ends up sending them back under here, and then they will roll. And I've made these, I don't know what you call this, like salmon ladder conveyor type thing. I see it in a lot of like satisfying 3D renderings and stuff like that. There's a ton of like marble machines made in Blender and stuff on YouTube that I've looked at for inspiration. Kind of just wanted to see if I could build something like this. The particles, for the most part, kind of behave and do what I would like them to in it, but I'll let this fill up a little more, and it looks a little better once there's more of them. So, but yeah, so the idea is definitely still that, you know, stuff is going to fall down onto this main pusher here, and then when it falls off the edge,
Oh, that's so cool.
You know,
it goes into the little pocket things.
It's the physics are being a little
excited.
wonky right now, and you can see everything kind of like bouncing off each other with a little too much energy. But once we get that all dialed in, it does look really good, and you know, I can sit and let this run for a really long time. But you can see the whole purpose of this kind of conveyor system back here ultimately is that it's supposed to bring the balls all the way up to here, where they'll then go down this ramp into this bucket, and then when this bucket has its threshold filled, it's going to dump onto the board, and it's going to be really cool and dramatic. So that's kind of
Dude, this is like the coolest thing ever. Every time you work on anything related to the coin pusher, it gets cooler and cooler. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah,
like I just want to. Like, I want this in real life.
Ever played a game like on the playground when you were a kid, like after it snowed or rained or something, where you would like dig rivers in the dirt and kind of like form lakes and dams, and then cut holes and then let all the water flow out and stuff.
Yeah,
this gives me like a lot of the same kind of types of satisfaction that doing that as a kid did in interesting
ways. So can you do this in
VR?
VR? Like walk around in this?
I don't have it set up to currently, and I would probably need to optimize it in some different ways than I have, but yeah, absolutely. I have a couple demos up like on my Twitter of just kind of loading into some of my other scenes in VR, and when I put it into a VR optimized project too, it works really good.
I really like your salmon ladder thing, like when they just randomly yeet like huge groups of like little
I don't know why they're being
so fucking
unruly right now. Sometimes they behave a little better when I get close, but
it's very satisfying. Like, don't even worry about it. This is cool as fuck. Like, I like watching these little guys. Like, yeah, and if you like zoom out, it's cool just seeing like the pops of like clusters of them. I think that's neat. Also, this like funnel thing with these twirly block things is fucking sick. And the chutes up there, I don't know. This is great.
It turned out really cool, and I went through a ton of iterations where, you know, there was a hole kind of at the top in between the spinning things, and then I didn't really like that. I'd like them down here more. And so yeah, the idea will be to build this type of thing also on the other side, so they're kind of mirrored, and then back here we'll split them each direction. Currently it's not doing that, but that will be the idea. And then
did you guys have Discovery Zone growing up in Colorado?
Yes, totally. Also, somewhat Discovery Zone-esque, where the child would be the in this case, but yeah.
Yeah. But like, I just want to slide down this whole thing so bad.
Real quick,
I feel like I got like multiple like horrible injuries at Discovery Zone as a kid. Get like finger caught between the rollers or some shit.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
Yeah.
There was always some kid stuck in one of the tunnels in Discovery Zone, like crying, and you're like, dude, how did you get in there? I feel like I like maimed
my child self multiple times at Discovery Zone and just like didn't care. I wanted to go back anyway.
I wanted
so
to say
much fun.
real quick.
I used to love like the slide thing that had all those like metal rods, which in hindsight is just like a death trap, but that one was so much fun. I love that one.
For ASME gamers, since you're new here, I just posted a link to our Discord if you want to see the mathematical distribution of whatever the nerdy stuff Omni was talking about with Halcyon. I'm a nerd too, don't worry guys. But yeah, if you guys want to see that, it's in our Discord, so hop on over there, and it is in the Wednesday stream channel posted by Omni. It's called the Galton board. I don't know how to pronounce that either. Yeah, this thing's fucking sick. I'm excited for when this, like, I don't know what we call this. This is like Takeshi's Castle almost. It reminds me a lot of working on Whisper, because like we basically did a bunch of this stuff. We like prototyped out little hazards, and this is really cool. Tony and I had a conversation yesterday for a few hours, just like kind of brainstorming and going through ideas, and he didn't even tell me. I was talking about making it like a hill or something like that. I was immediately imagining MXC.
or something.
Yeah,
like
this
that.
is fucking perfect. Yeah. MXC is Takeshi's Castle. It's the same thing. It's just MXC was the Spike TV version of it, and they had like English VO, and they just kind of like ignored the plot. They did like
Oh yeah, they just like made the dub funny,
MST3K.
basically.
Yeah. They're like doing MST3K over like a Japanese show. But Takeshi's Castle is pretty fun anyway. It's very weird to watch in English or English dub, because you can. I think it's on Netflix. I was watching it this weekend. It's on one of the streaming platforms, maybe Hulu. But yeah, it's like
I
OG
love
Takeshi's
that
Castle.
Takeshi's Castle with an English dub different from MXC?
Yes.
Weird.
Because
You
Takeshi's
can watch
Castle,
it with an English dub. I was very excited that they brought that back, because I used to watch that as a kid. It was really, really big in Greece and Cyprus growing up. So like
no
every
shit.
summer when I lived there, we'd always watch it.
Like the Japanese version?
Yeah, and they dub it with
Sick.
Greek. It was hilarious.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
how do you? I like wanted to imagine what Greek sounded like over that, and I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll try.
You're
and
like,
find
I'm not
it.
gonna, I'm not gonna say
This
anything in
was
Greek right now. Fuck that, dude.
Do you know anything in Greek, Vince?
I don't know shit. Aristotle.
Um,
You're
yeah,
like,
that's
"Dude,
not even
fuck
how you
off."
say his name in Greek. But okay.
I mean, go for it. Give me something. Plato. Alexander?
Actually, I took a class in college that was all about Greek philosophers, and all the big plays. And I was giving my final presentation at the end of like my thesis presentation, and the professor interrupts me halfway through, and she's like, "Excuse me, you are pronouncing all of the names wrong." And I was like, "Excuse you, you're pronouncing all of the names wrong. That is not how you pronounce them, and I'm doing it correctly." And like I literally am saying them properly in Greek. And she was like, "Oh," and she like had a PhD, and she turned bright red, and I was like, "Sit your fucking ass down, please."
Nice. Get him, Christina. Don't abide that bullshit. Tony, how does your
the new Fadian game that came out called like a Sisyphus game or something like that? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I'd play that. Are you just rolling something up a hill
You're
forever?
rolling a ball up a hill, and it's kind of like one of those games that's like really frustrating. If you fuck up, it goes all the way back to the bottom, and you have to start over. Hence the name.
Nice.
And yeah, like that's always like Ludwig's big thing. So he always plays Jump King and getting over it, and a difficult game about climbing and stuff. So he made a new video about the Sisyphus one, and it looks pretty interesting. It's funny.
Tony, where does your stairs ladder, like, can you go a little left? I want to see how it like comes all the way back around, because it goes to the bucket, right? Yeah, sick. Yeah, like if you go up to that corner or something and like get like a wide shot of that, that'd be really cool. I want to see him. Like,
Yeah, I had
go
to start
up
it
the
over because
bucket.
some of the collisions weren't working, but I think they are now. So we just got to wait until it fills up enough to get up there. So
I like the explosions of Orbeez up by the chute in the upper left. That's great.
you can see I dialed in the neighbor grid settings a little bit from the last time it was running, and now like the insane explosions and shit are happening a lot less. And that's all just like it's like if you can imagine a grid of cubes, and that's the neighbor grid. You can do a lot with you dial the size of each of the cubes and the number of cubes in the XYZ directions and the number of particles that it will sense within each cube, and all of those things can have an effect on how it works and how well it works and all this stuff. And it's a lot of fiddling, but once you get it dialed in, then you can see like it generally behaves kind of like you would expect it to, which is cool. Because if you don't have it dialed in, and anytime they touch, they just kind of explode off of each other, and it's really annoying.
Halcyon, I wanted to ask you, do you know like how any of these things work? I know that you know a little bit about Unreal. I'm not trying to like get too deep in like what you do or what you know about any of these things. But like what do you know about like Neighbor Grid, or do you know anything about it, or like how it works or any of this stuff, or is this interesting to you? Like I'm really curious to like hear your feedback or thoughts on like how like we've got this thing going, and like I don't know, it's cool. I want to hear your thoughts if you've got any. Let's see. Oh man, that's really satisfying. That trench down there, and you see like the stairs pop up behind the hill, like that angle you had, because you just saw like the sea of Orbeez, and then like yeah, that was fucking cool shit.
Yeah, this part right here, like once it's working, like it definitely does what it's supposed to do. It's cool.
That is very cool. Yeah, so chat, imagine this will be like the next iteration of the coin pusher. You know, we've got new technology. We're doing new things with it. So
like when this bucket fills up, then you get like a huge bonus dump down here.
We could do
even-
fluid, right? Like, because this is really close to fluid.
This
so-
is basically fluid. Yeah, you can put kind of a shader on top of these particles that kind of links them all together in like a sheet, like fluid, and then you have a fluid. Yeah.
Yeah, all of your disgusting desires are possible in this future, chat.
I can
make
put
it
like a
fluids.
point gravity on the system where all of the orbs will kind of like attract into a sphere and kind of behave like a amorphous liquid type thing. You can do all sorts of stuff. I can put explosions and blow them all out. And, you name it. So just got to think of creative things to do with it.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Pineapples falling onto pizzas.
Are you hungry or something?
Yes.
She's trying to be divisive, being real contentious in chat, talking about pineapple pizzas. We
Always
we
think
believe
about
that
pineapple pizza.
all pizza choices are valid in this community. So you can have pineapple on your pizza and not have pineapple on your pizza, and it's totally okay. Okay, so Halcyon, you're more familiar with like UEFN. That's cool. That's awesome. That's something that please forgive me if I've described this incorrectly, but we tried to like shepherd and help people who are new to these tools and these systems like learn how to make their own stuff. It's a big part of what we're doing at Fractal Grove. So I had been describing UEFN as like Photoshop elements of Unreal, if that makes sense. If that's incorrect and like you've got like a better analogy, that'd be really cool. We don't know a whole lot about UEFN because we just use 5.4, right? Like we're on full blown Unreal doing all the bleeding edge things that we can possibly do. So I do have a couple friends and colleagues that I worked with who are doing like UEFN first party shops. I think Barnyard Games is like one of them that I know about. Shout out to those guys. I worked with one of the principals there back at a company called Sphero in Boulder, Colorado. We're making robot toys, and we chatted with them late last year, something like that, or early this year, something like that. So that's pretty much my only exposure. They did like Wacky Golf or something like that, or they have like a golf app on the UEFN marketplace. Oh, I really like these stairs. This is cool. Watching them get up to the next tier is dope. Oh, so
Halcyon, maybe you can tell me, but in UEFN, do you have to use Fortnite characters? Because I feel like every time I see UEFN content, it only has Fortnite characters in it.
Is that an engine that you use to build Fortnite stuff specifically?
Yeah, so Fortnite's made by Epic Games and is built using Unreal Engine, and it's kind of like their test bed for all of the Unreal Engine stuff that they do. But then they've created this thing called Unreal Engine Fortnite Editor, which is kind of like, I think Vince's explanation of it is kind of how I've understood it too. It's like the Photoshop elements of Unreal Engine. It doesn't have all of the features, but it's very tailored towards making Fortnite specific content that you can publish to Fortnite in like one click, from what I understand, and share with people. And it kind of works like Roblox or Rec Room or VR Chat or something like that.
That's really cool.
So Halcyon, I'm guessing like the whole goal is to like allow UGC in Fortnite specifically. That seems right. Yeah.
And Tim
cool.
Sweeney,
That's
to
awesome.
his point, has said that UE6 is basically just merging Unreal and UEFN into one product. So they want to bring like the integrated source control and the automatic publishing and the like team sharing and all that stuff. Like all that stuff in UEFN is really cool and doesn't exist in Unreal right now. And he's talked about how they want to bring all of that community and collaboration and UGC and stuff more into the main engine and bring more of the main engine into UEFN. So they're basically just going to merge them together into one thing.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, and then Verse. I don't know about Verse yet. I'm a little skeptical about another proprietary programming language, but I know that I think you have to use it with UEFN right now. But it is interesting for sure. And I know that it is not Blueprints, which is nice for some people. It's like not Blueprints and not C++, so some people are into that. But I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, BP will be hard to kill. I mean, and in my brain, it's almost just like maybe you should just learn C++ if you want to write code, because it gives you a lot of advantages. But yeah, it'd be interesting.
Sick. What do you think? Do you have another thing you want to show? Are we?
No, I'm pretty good.
Oh, that echo.
Okay, cool.
As you can see, chat, this doesn't work perfectly just yet. Looks like the collisions are kind of falling apart back here. You can see this is what happens when the particles leave the neighbor grid. They no longer collide with each other. And so that's causing this jam up right here where if they were working, it would be like this and they'd be pushing into the ladder. And basically the quick explanation for that is that this particle system exists at the 0, 0, 0 origin point in this level, which is kind of somewhere in the center of the space here. And then I have to define how far out that grid goes so that it knows where to be running this expensive simulation and where not to be running it. And you can almost kind of see that it like probably stops running about right there on that edge where they stop colliding with each other. And so that means I just need to take it back a little farther next time I set it up. And then it should start working again. And that's a lot of this process right now. Yeah, you can see there, they're stacking up too. So it's not probably going out quite wide enough like we would like it to. Working great down here. There's like 20,000 particles down here that are all having correct collisions and doing all the stuff. So yeah, we'll get it dialed in, and this should be a really cool thing for the stream here long term. So
as me gamer
Discord, shoot us a message. You know, we're happy to hear feedback and ideas on this, and we want to make it cool. So
as me gamer had a question about neighbor grid. Is it just Octree under the hood? I don't know if you know the answer to that.
I don't know if I know the answer to that either. I think it is potentially maybe not quite that efficient. From my understanding, again, it's legitimately just creating like an XYZ grid of like cube spaces, and then each iteration you're kind of just looping through all of those grid spaces and then looping through all of the particles within them and kind of determining which other particles are within that space and checking if they're inside of each other and then forcing a collision if they are. It kind of makes me wonder if there's potentially a more efficient implementation of the way that it's set up, but I did follow a tutorial by overdraw.xyz. If anybody wants to replicate this is not you know, secret knowledge. It's an 1.5 hour long tutorial. It is very painful and you do have to write C++, but once you get to the end of it, you will have exactly what I have here, and you just have to start figuring out how you want to customize it and work with it. So yeah,
very cool shit. Super cool. I'm really excited to see, like, you know, what the next iterations are. I really like the cups. Yeah, the shoots are fucking awesome. Just the way that
I wish
these
we could
work.
get this guy to fill up, but we'll get there. So, oh, this is looking cool back here.
Halcyon's asking about the who made the tutorial. Was it Enrique Ventura? Do you know?
I don't think it's Enrique Ventura. I don't know that name, but it was by overdraw.xyz. If you go to that website, it's right there on the homepage. He has a Patreon, he has a Twitter, he has a YouTube channel. I believe this tutorial is actually on Vimeo. Yeah, but it was pretty easy to follow. And again, it worked great when I got through it. Some other people you could look up on Twitter are Game Dev Micah. He has a new tutorial out that kind of takes the basic overdraw tutorial and adds C++ optimizations to it and some other like particle location exporting stuff that kind of makes the whole thing a little more performant and able to do things that mine can't totally do out of the box right now. So I definitely plan to go check that tutorial out, and I really like following him on Twitter because he is constantly doing stuff with this technology, and he's trying to build like a two destruction style games. One is kind of Twisted Metal-esque from what I've seen, and the other one is like a kaiju game where you're destroying a city, like Rampage or something like that. So definitely go give him a follow if you're into this type of thing. Alrighty, well, I think I can pass it over to you now, Vince, if nobody else has any questions or anything.
Yeah, what do you need me to, so we're doing this new video ninja thing, so how do you need me to set that correctly? You want me to just like raw share screen, or like what
Yeah, just share whatever you think is best, and then if it doesn't look good, we'll go back to Discord. So
okay, cool.
And I'll leave this running while we get that set up so people can watch.
Okay, I think that should be okay.
I see it. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Okay, sick. The one thing I'd worry about, if you can crop out like revision control or something like that down at the bottom, that might be good. I just don't want to accidentally like dox our source control, but I will avoid it. I'm gonna try to not mouse over there. So yeah, sick. So last time, chat, as we're getting this pulled up, let's see here. I'll flip the old cap backwards so that I can go into game dev mode.
Gotta get ready for it.
I know, right? I'm a big dork. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go through the process again. Got a little bit of feedback last night from one of the viewers who came through the last stream when I was building the tree, that they were like, I don't know what you're doing. You had like goggles on your head or some shit. So yeah, what I'm trying to do is show our like development pipeline, Unreal with VR. So actually I'm gonna set that up real quick while we still got the, you know, Tony's working out the screen share things. All right, I can still see you chat, so don't worry. All right, we'll go here. All right, so what I'm doing is hooking up my headset to my network so that I can go straight into Unreal with like screen share and shit and like sim VR, so I can like go back and forth between, you know, my machine and like really know what it feels like in VR. And that part of the process is important. I got a bunch of feedback. People were like, I don't know why you're doing this. Why don't you just like model a tree? And I'm like, yeah, you know, totally valid. However, the reason why I'm not just modeling a tree is because I'm doing a block out. I want to be able to change like branch structure and, you know, all kinds of other things just to like really get a sense for what this is going to look and feel like in VR. And it's really hard to go from flat. So like if we're looking at, oh, my viewport's not up yet. But if we're looking at the viewport, and it's like, it's just really hard to tell like what the scale feels like. So let me try this real quick. Tony, when you get that up, I want to see how that looks, and then I'll see what it looks like going into the Quest link in VR, because I think I need to share another thing to make sure you can see that. Halcyon follows Kelsey and Swift. I like it.
Omni, come on. Why are you obligated to not like T Swift? She's the best.
Okay, there you go.
Also, Halcyon and I are besties forever now because artsy.
Yeah, that is an interesting and contentious take there, Omni. You don't want to anger the Swifties.
Yeah, don't be a hater just because it's cool. Yeah,
Okay.
you are on the outs with me, so love T Swift. She's worth it.
So as y'all
Sorry,
look at
Vince,
this,
I can talk about Taylor Swift forever. I'm not gonna
Nah,
take
you're
this
good,
over.
dude.
She dropped her new album on Friday, and then at midnight, and then at 2 a.m. she's like, JK, double album, so here's 31 songs. And I'm still like not recovering. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
You're good, dude. Don't even worry about it. So chat, as you can see, like I'm driving around in, you know, my WASD viewport controls. It feels very different. So if I hit like, so let's change this over to, we'll just sim. All right, cool. So now I'm like flying around. This is what it'll look like in game. It's kind of not the same deal. So I'm going to see about switching over to this. God damn it. Click the wrong thing. All right, that's not showing for you guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'm going to change my screen share. There we go. Okay. So it's easier for me than what you guys see. So everything's actually backwards. So I need to rotate this way, and then I can like look up. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I can like look up and get a better sense for how the tree feels in VR. And it's very, very different from, you know, being in flat. So like the tree is just much more imposing. It's like really big. It's super interesting to look at. And that's the whole point of this block out. Like, as I look up, I'm like, okay, the height of the tree is really good. I don't really like my branch configuration, but I like the sense of this. So now we've got this big open plane. So what I'm going to do is like just create a huge ground plane for this and start iterating in that. Copy this tree out, make some little trees, some big trees. I'm going to make this like, you know, a grove or like a copse, and you're in this, you know, cool little forest dealy thing. So I need to get out of this. Okay. So that part of the process, I just wanted to show you, chat, but it's actually going to be different. You know, like, so it's faster if I'm not trying to like share these screens for me. So I'm just going to leave the editor up for y'all. Yeah, exactly, Halcyon. So I want to get like this massive tree. I really like the scale right now of this tree, but I don't know that it's big enough. So we'll get to that point. So let's grab this little guy. This is my player, you know, the player start point. So I think what I want to do is move it over here, go this way, and we'll spin this sucker 180 so that I'm always like, you know, the tree's behind me, right? I want these branches like above me, so as I'm looking through it. It'll be cool. It'll make sense. Just trust me, chat. So now I'm gonna go here and grab this block out. One of the things that we use for this that's really quick is a block out tool. I think that's literally what it's called. It's just an Unreal plugin. So let's see. I gotta make this thing real big. So that is in. Where's the block out thing? Cannot remember where the blackout thing is to change. Oh, is this a blackout thing or is this? No, this is just a floor, right? Yeah. Right, Tony? That mesh, the cube on the ground. Oh, Tony's not even here. Okay, so I'm going to do this instead. We're going to go back here. Let's just make a new blockout guy. It's not under this. Effects. There it is, blackout tools. All right, cool. So we're going to grab this box, throw this thing in here. That's what I was looking for, the box size thing to scale this. We're going to go real big with this thing. So what I did there was I used the blockout tools functionality, which is like you can just drag the size of this. So here, I'll just show what I just did in perspective view. So I just made this huge plane. So this is obviously on the wrong level. So I need to go over here to this viewport, pull this down. Put my snaps on 1. That'll be fine. Go here. I'm gonna go back to perspective to drag my widget. All right, we're gonna go here and into I think this view is what I wanted. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then we'll grab this thing, drag it on over there. That's fine. So what I'm trying to do here is just make sure that I can like align this a little bit easier. That seems better. Okay, so we'll go back to this view. So we're down here. Let's get rid of this thing. Then we'll hit sim again. Cool, this is looking a little better. All right, so now we'll go out here. Let's grab this whole deal. Should have organized these a little bit better. It'd be easier to make a group selection. So what I'm going to do now is grab this tree, group all these objects, and then call it a tree. And then I can like duplicate this thing pretty easily. I think I want to just grab all of these actually. So it's not going to be blockout box. That one. It's not going to be blockout box 2. Where are you? Okay, so that's that one. It's going to be this stuff. There we go. Got her. And then we'll go just check it out real quick and make sure that... Where is my widget? Oh my god, my widget disappeared. Oh, it's doing that fucking thing again. Tony, do you remember how to make the widget like force reappear?
You're in sim, I think.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we're gonna go here, grab all these again.
And then the hack I saw, next time it happens, is where it says selection mode in the top left corner. There's like a variable under the hood in the engine code that isn't being set to selection mode by default. So you have to go up to that menu and just click on selection mode again, and that should fix it. I read that this morning, weirdly. So.
Yeah, I saw that when you posted that in the Discord, so that's awesome. All right, let's get this, get rid of that, save this thing. There's my group actor, cool. Yeah, now we can move this whole guy. Let's make another tree. Let's go like here. See, this might be where I get into a pickle, chat. I'm gonna try to place this tree over here and scale this thing down, but I don't know if I can. Just so I'm gonna try this.
If it's not behaving, you could just merge it into a mesh and then scale that.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna need to do that. I think I have to ungroup and then merge to a mesh.
Just go to actor at the top of the screen and then merge, and that should do it for you.
Are you talking about in my like flyout menu?
No, very top of the Unreal window where it says actor next to help.
Oh, I got it right.
Yep, and then there's merge at the bottom. That's what you need.
Sick. Tree. Let's say blackout tree. Let's see. Anywhere in particular you want me to throw this asset, Tony?
Not right now. Wherever's fine. I'll clean it up later.
Okay, I think we'll throw this into...
If you put it in maps generated, that's kind of where like automatically generated meshes end up a lot of the time.
Underscore generated?
Yeah, you just put it in that Tony folder. That's fine. It's not a big
Okay,
deal. Yeah.
cool. All right, we got tree. I'm gonna go.
Oh, and it won't remove it from the scene, so now you need to delete all of that stuff and then drag it out of the content browser.
Yes. Oh, let all. All right, so that'll get rid of that one actor. Cool, we got this one too. All right, that's better. Okay, so now let's go to my drawer, drag my tree, throw a tree out there. Cool, now we got another tree, and I should be able to scale this one. Perfect. Okay, so let's see. What is this guy here? That's the light mass volume. Do I need to make this volume cover all of the environment, Tony? The light mass volume?
Yeah, it's not like the most important thing right now, but yeah.
Let's make it a little bigger. Let's do that. Move that guy over here. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go back to perspective and see what I did with this tree. All right, that tree's off in Narnia. That's not where we want it. Bring this tree down.
I believe if you hit the end key on your keyboard, that it will snap to the surface below it. I don't have that key on my keyboard, but that's always one that I kind of wish I had set up.
End over by the the keypad?
I believe
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
sick. Yeah, that worked. Cool. Awesome. All right. So I've got this guy. I want to scale this down. Let's scale this down by like 50%. So we'll do 0.5 all the way around. So now we should have little tree. Okay, cool. Let's take little tree and get it closer to the whole thing. Oops. All right, so now we're more like this. We got a couple trees going on. I still don't like how big those are. Let's make the one on the right even smaller. Oh, whoops. All right, so now we've got a little guy over here. It's looking a little bit better. I kind of want to pull this floor down some and make like a tabletop. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go with... Yeah, let's make another box. Yeah, let's do that. We'll go to the top view. Yeah, we'll go about that. This will make sense in a second, chat. Okay, so let's do this. We'll go over here for that. Just kind of place it under the tree. I'm going to go with, this is the floor. All right, where did my new floor go? Let's go back to this. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Pull this down. That's way too much. Zoom in on that. There we go. Okay, then we'll grab this thing. Sure, that's probably fine. I'll go here. Let's go with some ramps. Yeah, I'll throw a ramp in here. Put my snaps back onto 5s. Let's get rid of that. Let's go back with another one there. Go this way, something like that. Yeah, it's probably good. Okay, so then we'll go out here. Yeah, sorry, chat. I'm a little like locked in right now, trying to build the thing in my head.
It's cool. We'll just keep talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
cool. Don't worry about it.
I'm glad you guys are enjoying that. That's important. Yeah, there's like a question I missed or something. Like, please let me know, and I'll respond to that. All right,
It's all Taylor Swift right now.
What's that?
It's only Taylor Swift right now. You're good.
Excellent. Excellent. Let's go ramp size. Let's drag this thing all the way over here. Yeah, and so chat, the point of this blockout, I'm not trying to be like real, fiddly with all the measurements. I'm just trying to make it kind of an approximation. So what I'm trying to do here is make like a little bit of a hill. I didn't like how flat everything was. So I want to raise this tree up so you're kind of elevated and you're kind of like looking down on the grove. So that's kind of the feel I'm going for here. So I'm gonna grab this. Let's duplicate this. Pull that out over here, and then we will flip that thing. Shadows were bugging me a little bit, so I just switched to unlit real quick. It'll make it easier for me to line this up. Again, like I'm just going for an approximation here, so it's not too distracting. Yeah, we need to nudge over a little bit to the left. Cool. All right, so that one's good. Let's do one more. Put this thing in here. This is a little bigger than I want it to be, so we're gonna scale this thing down. Here, let's go ramp size. Actually, that'll be better. Why are you? Oh, there we go. Let's pull that in a little bit. And we'll slide this that way. All right, so this is where I'm going to get a little more fiddly again because I don't like the size of this. All right, I think that's looking a lot better. Okay, cool. Then we'll duplicate this one. Send it over there. Save again real quick. Let's flip this thing 180. Get her aligned. All right. This is looking a lot better. So let's see. We kind of out here. Yeah, this is feeling a little bit better with this little hill that I built here. Cool. Got a big tree over there. It's half the size of the other tree. This is starting to feel a little bit better. So let's do my top view. Let's throw another tree over here. One over here. Now let's just see how that looks. A little too far apart. Okay, I think I want it more like centered in the viewport. So we'll go here. Actually, let's do this. Grab another one of these. We'll make this one like 0.75. Yeah, cool. This is feeling a little bit better. Now I want like some depressions. I want to like, what's up, Heated? Yo, thanks for coming through. Tetrahedron Swift? Yes, exactly. So, yeah, Heated, I'm doing a blackout. So I think I talked to you a little bit about the dev stream. I built this one tree last week. And so what I'm doing now is like, I'm getting a sense for this space. And I'm doing it by switching into VR. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'm not gonna show you guys the whole viewport again because that was, you know, a pain to like flip between it, but I'll be right back. I mean, I'm not like physically going anywhere, but yeah. All right, we're almost there. And then once I get in this, I'll be able to see what this feels like in VR, and it's probably going to be a lot cooler because now we've got like some reference points on the ground. And of course, my quest link is being difficult right now, but it's okay. I did let it sit idle for a little too long without killing it, so it's going to fail and then like need to reconnect again. All right. And we'll go here. All right, Questlink is being a pain in the ass right now, so I might have to do something else to get this to fully connect. Yeah, okay, so Questlink is no longer connecting. It's fine. I'll be able to look at it later, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, bad size. So this is the player spawn point. So this like capsule right here is like where you'll spawn if you go into you know, VR, which is what I'm trying to do. So let's just try VR preview.
It says bad size because it's slightly in the floor, but that tends to be preferable to having it above the floor, where it wouldn't say that, because when you initially spawn in, then you'll fall a few centimeters or something like that, and it's generally very noticeable. But if you're inside of the geometry, when it spawns you, it will simply just move you up to an appropriate level, so you never actually notice when you're on the game.
All right, let's see if Questlink wants to cooperate again, because I really need to see this like in VR. It's not the same shit. Okay, so maybe I'll just bounce my...
I really did not know that you were going to build this like Dolly-esque landscape. It's really fucking cool.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's I imagined like, I think a high point is really important with like a huge tree behind you, so the canopy is like kind of coming over you. And I want it to, you know, like when a player spawns in, you're just like, oh, what the hell is this? This is crazy. And then you like look around and you're like, oh shit, there's a huge tree above me. And then you've got like a bunch of trees in the background, and then like our logo will pop up kind of in the middle, something like that. And then we'll go to the next scene. So imagine that this is like the splash screen that's like game by Fractal Grove, you know, Unreal, like stuff like that will pop up. So in VR, you can do cool things where you just like put the player into another space. I think the most notable for me was like Valve did it with Alex. Yay, Questlink is working again. All right, sweet. So
are you
we'll try this.
Are you talking about the Valve screen where you're in the big room with the valves, or are you talking
Yes.
about the Alex menu where you're in front of the big wall?
Both, actually. So like, I think this would be our equivalent of the Valve screen with like the dude with the, you know, valve in his eyeball. And that's just like, you're in a room with it and you're like, oh shit, that's crazy. And like, you've seen the logo a billion times. Oh, I can't see anything, so I'm like slapping stuff. So we'll go here, hit the sim. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, this is great. Oh, well, this tree is huge. Yeah, no, this is way cooler. I like the tree off in the middle now. I really like that. I think that's cool because like it gives me this big focal point, and it kind of reminds me like, oh, this thing behind me like must be as big as that thing over there. You're not going to be able to walk around in this scene when we put it in. It's mostly just like, oh, this is sick. Like I'm looking at some cool shit. So imagine there's like some hillocks and some other things. I think this tree's floating over here. So I'm gonna fix that real quick, or like put a little hill under it. That'll probably help. Yeah, we'll do that next. So let's get out of here.
And again, what he's describing with like the Half-Life Alyx splash screen is when you start Half-Life Alyx, which is made by Valve. Typically, when you start a Valve game that's normal and flat screen, you see that image of the guy with the valve coming out of the back of his head. The VR version of that is you're in this giant room that's kind of like a big vertical column, and you're on this platform, but all conceivable surfaces around this room are just covered in those red valves, just as high up as you can see, as far down as you can see, and you're just kind of on this like industrial looking metal platform, like in this big shaft, and it's pretty dark and moody, and you get that like valve noise. It is very cool. It kind of just like takes their splash screen that you'd always see in their flat games and translates it into an environment that you can kind of stand in while the game loads. And so that's the type of thing that we're kind of trying to ultimately accomplish here as well.
All right, we got Blackout Hill now. So we'll take this guy, throw it over there somewhere. Oh, that's the wrong spot. Let's pull this back over here, put it under that. Go to this thing. Top view, probably. What the fuck is that? What am I clicking on? What have I done, chat? Oh, I just wasn't clicking on anything. Sick. All right, we'll grab this. Now we'll go back to this top view. Oops, I don't want that. I want this. What are you even centered on right now? There we go. Okay, we're back in business. We're back where we needed to be. So I'm going to grab this, put it directly under this tree, scale this whole bitch down. Let's drop it to like... Put that thing under there. Let's see how this looks now. Kind of okay. It's not great. I want it to be taller. I'm just going to try something real funky and scale this vertically. Let's see how that goes. And then we'll go end. Wait. End. Nope. Remember, this is just blockout chat, so I'm not trying to be too specific about how things go. So we'll just stick that kind of in there. These ramps suck ass, so I need to make this scaled a little more bigger there. Sure, that's fine. All right, now let's get back out to this view. Go over here. Okay, that's looking a little better. You kind of get an approximation for it. So imagine there's like a little hill for that one. But yeah, like a little, I would like a dip kind of over in this area. That'd be really cool. That's gonna be a little trickier with these blockout tools to make like a depression. I'm gonna have to make like a couple different floor bits in order to do that. So I'm gonna think about how to do that while I'm just kind of floating around here. This thing needs a platform too. So let's just give this another blockout hill. Throw that over there. Zoom in on this. Grab this guy, put that underneath that. That might be okay. Kind of like the ratio there of the platform or like the hill versus like the tree size. Yeah, that just kind of worked. All right, so that one's good. I like the way that looks. See how deep we are in there. Oh, that's just like kind of the right height. All right, so that's great. I'm gonna lower this tree, so we've got a little more height variation. So we'll hit end because Tony gave me that sweet trick. Do this one as well, and we'll do this one as well. All right, cool. So these are all kind of like sitting in the right spots now. This guy's floaty, so we'll sink him down. Do that one too. I don't really like how those hills are next to each other there. Yeah, I'm going to move this whole thing over in this direction and replace it with that tree. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the advantage of blockout. It's just really fast. Once I've got some pieces, I can just start like moving shit around, and it's just easier to kind of get to the point where I'm like, all right, this is the visualization I want to go for. So I'm going to scoot this guy over. Let's do this. Let's grab this thing first. Get it over here. And grab this thing. We'll put it over there. All right, so now let's go back over to this view. It should look a little better. Yeah, nice. We got some nice variance in height. Yeah, I think the next thing is just to make some dips, and then we'll be really good.
So what you could do here instead is you could delete your ground plane and you could add in a landscape with the landscape node, and then you can carve the landscape.
Here, let's do that. Let's do it. Do you want to here? Give me a little bit of direction and tell me like where to.
Yeah, so delete your ground planes first.
Can I just hide it?
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay, and then up in the selection mode dropdown, go to landscape mode. Oh yeah, I need to look at Video Ninja some real time here. So where it says selection mode right under the level tab. There.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, landscape. Cool. I don't know that I've actually sculpted landscape before. Ooh, this is grumpy.
So hit, create new on the right there. You have to create a landscape to build everything in.
Okay.
Yep, and then from there. Yeah, and then just click that create button. You might have to dial the settings in, but you can always just undo if you don't like what happens. But that blue create button at the bottom should build you like a plane to start building on then. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool. Sick. All right, this will be cool because like I needed something with some undulations in it, and I can still use my blockout boxes to have different heights and stuff, and I can like pull things up or push things down. And I think this is great. Good suggestion.
Yeah, so you got that sculpt tab at the top of that little section there, and that's gonna have a bunch of like brushes and stuff in it for you to do that.
I worked on a golf game somewhat recently before I worked on. So for those of you who don't know, I worked on Destiny 2 until 2019. Then I worked on a mobile golf game for Topgolf. I was the lead level designer there. And during, we built that in Unity, but I definitely use like landscape sculpting tools for blockout before I would send it over to art and all that. That was just our pipeline, our process. It was like design would have an idea for a course, and we would, get through it. We would use like the sculpted terrain in Unity. It was pretty easy for us to use just to get like an idea of how a course would play. Then we could play it with our, different characters in the game and stuff like that. Once we were feeling really happy about it and we tested it with our gameplay balance team and all that, I would then pass this over to the art team and talk to them about like what we imagined the aesthetic of this to be, or like what the theme is for the whole or the course. So this will be kind of a similar process. I don't know these tools too much, so it'll be a bit of learning, which is totally fine. It's fun. It's the whole point of this stream. Okay, so do you know if I just click and go down or up, it'll make changes? Yeah, okay, cool. And then
it might be a little bit of experimentation here. To be frank with you, I've probably used these one time. So, yeah.
Yeah, so let's do this. Brush is too big. I want to drag this down. So here, let's go like that. Where are we at? 2000. Let's cut it like in half. We'll go like 900. Okay, that's a lot better. The thing I'm not super crazy about is these materials. Let's do this.
I believe you can apply a material to the whole landscape too. They have like some like grass and stuff by default.
Do you know where that might be in here? Paint, maybe?
Yeah, paint is definitely where you like set like this is grass, this is dirt, this is rocks. But I believe you should be able to set the whole thing to like a default. Yeah, so if you go back to the landscape manage tab, then maybe click on the landscape that you created.
It's giving me these big squares.
Yeah, I feel like in here it should give you the ability to like set a material on it when you select it.
Oh, well, I just clicked that and it gave me a big red fucking thing. So now I've got different
red things. So those are
things.
Selected. It's like kind of blurry, so I'm trying to, let's see.
Yeah, no worries. I wonder if I can do it here. Can I click this thing and then do a material?
You may also be able to just go into the content browser, click on engine, search for grass, and then just drag it onto that plane out of the content browser.
Do you have a suggestion for like a material? I guess I could do like blue.
If you just go into the content browser and then click on engine in the folders and then search for grass, I'm almost positive there's like one that's default.
You said just look for grass?
Yeah, but just go above the content so that you're like looking at the engine stuff too. Hit all, yeah, and then search grass.
Like this one, fuzzy shading grass?
Probably, yeah.
Let's throw this there. Oh, it doesn't like that. Simple grass wind? No, it doesn't like that either. Oh, those are both material functions.
Oh yeah, you'll need a material instance. You try like landscape or ground, something like that.
How about moss?
That's a texture. But if you right click on that and hit the reference viewer, see if maybe there's a material that it uses. Nope.
No, it's just a texture.
You can maybe right click on it and hit make material from texture. I think that's a thing. On that moss thing that you had.
Got you.
Create material top option. There you
go. Sure. Should I just leave it in textures?
That's fine. Yeah.
All right, then we'll see if I can drag this. There we go. All right, let's see how unhappy Unreal is with me making... Okay, that's a little bit easier to see.
There you go.
Yeah, let's go back over here.
We did it, chat. We're figuring it out.
It looks real bad, but it's fine. It's easier to be like, okay, now we got ground. Okay, cool. I went over the wrong tree.
Don't worry, I'm keeping chat entertained with stories of my cats.
It's great. Thank you. Okay, cool. So let's get back to sculpting this thing. We'll go here. So sculpt is always up. How do I sculpt it down? Okay, no matter what I do, that only sculpts up.
Try like right click instead of left click.
Yeah, right click just moves my view. Maybe it's control or alt.
Here, I got the docs up here. Let me see.
Shift. It's shift. Got it. Cool.
Okay, yeah, I figured it was something like that.
All right. So where were we? We were here. We've got two little rises. I guess I want to like kind of like smooth this out in the middle. Let's give us a little more variation in height. Yeah, here, let's do that. So we'll go from a top view. And let's go shift. And we'll just paint like that. Let's see how bad this looks. Oh, that was massive, chat. I did not want to do that. That was a huge hole. Incorrect. Okay, so now I need to work on my brush strength, I think. So let's go with, let's see what 1 does. Okay, that was immediately gigantic. So let's go down to like 0.2. Okay, that's much more chill. All right, so I'm gonna have to probably sculpt this in perspective view because top was like too much strength. So let's see. Let's bring like this. Oops. Let's bring this down. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to smooth this. Yeah, I'm gonna just try a different tool. Let's see if we can smooth. There we go. That's a lot better. All right, so that's chilling it out. Well, what I'm gonna do now, it's really hard to tell with this texture. This is a little bit better.
Might help if you go lit too.
Oh, yeah, good call. All right, that's much easier to see. Okay, so now we can go smooth this out a little bit. All right, we'll go back over here. Let's take a look at what this looks like now. Okay, cool. It's a little better. Now we can drop these trees down, make it look a little more interesting. So let's get out of the landscape tool. Save that again. Let's see. Now I want to go to... Oh, is there like a dialogue or something that I need to do to like finish landscape editing? Oh, landscape mode. Got it. Selection mode. There we go.
No, I think you just change it back to selection
Omni
mode,
has
and then you should be good. Yeah.
Yeah, that did it.
Omni has a question in chat, Vince.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
There are basic engine tools for procedural generation, and I believe that the 5.4 release that came out yesterday actually has some new stuff in it, which is really exciting. I would say that in general, procedural generation is more of a like implementation problem a lot of the time, and I think that even though the engine does give you some tools to make it a little easier, it still is a lot of your own planning ahead, making sure everything works together the way that it's supposed to, and stuff like that. We've talked a lot in the past about how we use a tool called Dungeon Architect that kind of allows you to build procedurally generated levels, and it kind of gives you a framework for hooking everything up and specifying sizes and connecting doorways and creating keys and one-way entrances and all sorts of stuff like that. So we've tended to lean on that for kind of prototyping, procedural generation stuff. I would imagine longer term, if we went and did a full procedurally generated project, we would end up doing a lot of the implementation ourselves just to make sure that we could do exactly what we wanted to. But that would be kind of post-prototyping phase, assuming that there were things that we needed that we couldn't accomplish with the way that we were doing them.
Yeah, this landscape sculpt tool is actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it. This is the first time I've ever used it, and it's working. So let's go
my plan
with.
is working. I got Christina to learn metahumans and you to learn the landscape tool this week. So I'm just gonna keep.
It's a good plan,
These
dude.
dreams are coming true.
It's a good fucking plan. I like it. I'm happy with this tool. I'm gonna definitely use this a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more height over here. We'll get a nice little subtle bump.
So while you're
Let's
doing
move our
this too, fun fact, this landscape tool is also how I did the water in the pool room stuff. There's just you make a landscape like you did, and then there's a water thing that you can drag in. In the place actors thing, similarly to the blockout tools, there's a landscape section that has water and all of these other things in it that are useful for this. But yeah, kind of all just out of the box stuff.
I feel like we're missing something else here. I kind of want to put that tree up on a hill. So I'm just going to use sculpt again because I'm vibing with it right now. So we'll just pull this up a bit. Give this guy a little bit of a hill. Okay, cool. I can just shift one. All right, we're back in this mode. Sick. Okay. Yeah, it's looking a little better. I like that. I want to smooth this hill transition though, so it's not as obvious. Maybe I don't. I kind of like that like little bit of shadow right here. Lets you know that that's like up more. Cool. And then we can put like some neat object down here. Maybe it's our logo, right? Do we have our logo in the project, Tony? Because I could just like slap it on a card and then like put the card in there. Be kind of cool.
This project, maybe not, but I can just send it to you in Discord. 1 sec.
Okay. What the fuck is this weird email I just got? Bro.
Okay, there you go.
I'm not opening this. Block the sender. Cool. Sorry, I just got like a random Google Drive invite to like contribute and edit a thing. If that was anyone in chat, let me know. I'll fix that later. But yeah, unsolicited like
donate money to.
Yeah, unsolicited Google Drive contribution is like potential phishing. So I'm just gonna block that unless I know you, no matter what. So, cool. That was probably spam. We're solid. What were you saying, Tony? Sorry, about a card. You were saying that we can you can probably get it in the project.
Yeah, I sent it to you on Discord.
Cool.
You just need to add it in. And then what are you trying to do with it again?
I just wanted to throw it on a card, like just a plane, vertical plane.
Mm-hmm.
alpha on
Yep.
it if possible.
So you would make a decal, and you would set the image that I sent you as the texture on it.
Save image.
And so if you just go to like place actors in your scene, there's a decal thing that you can add.
Okay, so I need to drop this in like the content drawer. Like how? What's like?
And then it becomes a
proper
texture.
process?
Yeah.
All right, so we'll call this hero logo. Sure. I'm just gonna throw this on my desktop. You were saying I needed to open that in like File Explorer and throw it in the project?
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to just kind of drag it out of your downloads folder into the content drawer, and it should import it.
Got it. Okay, so let's see. Desktop. Cool. Content drawer. You want me to throw it in textures again where I made those other things?
I think you're technically down in the engine content right there, which is fine, but make sure you put it in the project content in this case. Yeah.
Just anywhere in the content folder?
That's fine. Yeah.
Or
I'll
yeah, I
clean
could
up
go
later.
materials here. Oh, sweet. All right, this has a bunch of our other stuff. I mean, this is for Sacred Geography, so yeah. Okay, so let's grab this thing. You said I can drag it into the content drawer?
Yeah, and then a little thing should pop up in
Sick.
the bottom right corner, and that just says, "Do you want to import this file?"
Awesome.
There
All
you
right,
go. Yep.
got it. Let's go. Mark that for add. Now I'm gonna have to mark a bunch of shit for add. Let's see. Okay, so I got that. What was the next step you said?
You're gonna add a decal from the place actors.
Decal actor.
Yep. And then the only thing with decals is they will only show when they're like on a surface, so you can see it's kind of like conforming to the landscape there and stuff. So just if you have it floating in space, it's not going to show unless you put like a mesh behind it or something for it to appear on. So just know
Okay,
that.
so I need to make a plane and orient it vertically before I slap this on it.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right, so let's do this. Geo. Oh, weird question.
And you could also just
I
use
guess
like
I've
a
just never.
you could use like a blockout cube too. So
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use this and scale this thing. Yeah, we'll do that. Let's see. It's like kind of a plane. We'll see how this works. Decal actor. Do you know why it's like trying to put it on the ground too, Tony?
you might just need to scale it to be the size of that, and I think it's potentially oriented towards the ground right now, so you need to rotate it 90 degrees.
The decal?
Yes.
Okay. So decal's there. And I need to rotate that way and then that way. And then you said scale it?
Yeah, over on the properties, I think you have like bounds or scale or something down in those inputs. You just need to adjust those so that it's the right size.
Oh, I see. So I need to make this cube match the other cube. Okay, I understand.
Well, and you
So
see
let's
like the
go-
property outliner down there too, below like the material selection on that decal. You have like a couple of different fields that you can change.
The fuck did my decal go?
You might gotta click it in the outliner.
Okay,
So
what were
see
you
all those
saying?
properties below the material there, I think you can adjust those to kind of get it how you want it to behave.
Oh, okay, I see.
I gotta step away 1 second, I'll be right back.
Yeah, no worries. Let's do... Yeah, let's just keep scaling this thing. Never done this before, chat. This is new and interesting. All right, that seems fine. Let's pull this in. Let's go with... Is it this one? No.
Okay, I'm back.
All good. It's this one. Oops. All right, that's pretty close. Now let's go to... That seems probably fine. All right, let's try this. Okay, and then I need to turn the texture into a material. Got it. It didn't work, I don't think.
Okay, you have it set on there. Try the other side. No.
Seeing if it's like putting it on... Okay, it's on the top face, it looks like.
Oh, okay, yeah, so you probably just need to rotate it again. No, I think the white thing is the decal. Yeah, like right there looks good, and then so here's this decal color in the properties. Maybe it's...
Oh, yeah.
Like, let me open... I have these decals set up. That's how I like have them in the coin pusher. Let me just see how mine work.
Yeah, no worries.
You could also try moving it away from the plane a little bit and see if it like appears as you get farther away. They behave kind of strangely, and they're like set up to kind of stick to the nearest surface so that you don't have to align things super well, but it can cause some annoying behaviors as well.
Yeah, I'm still seeing this be that like weird green checker.
I'm getting my project up in here. Let's see what
no
what
worries.
it's set up like.
See if it's
It's
on
real
like the
game
bottom.
dev shit here, people. We're figuring it out.
Yeah, this is literally what it's like making video games. You just do this shit a lot. Oh, that's what it is. It's Z fighting with the edge of the decal. There we go. Now it's Z fighting in the bottom.
Okay, I have the logo set as... All right, here, this is another thing we should check. Let me get back to your window. Can you click on the material? Like click the little magnifying folder thing and open the material file. Just want to make sure that looks correct? It's kind of looking correct to me so far. Yeah, I think. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, cool. Let's see. So I have the logo. I have sort order 0. I have fade screen size 0.01. Everything below that is 0. I guess these are all default values too. Decal size, I have 128, 256, 256. Decal color is white. The visible box is checked. Basically, the only things I have changed are the location, rotation, and scale. But it looks pretty similar to how you have your setup. If you hit sim, it doesn't. I mean, it should be showing. What I don't understand is why it's white. It should not be white.
Oh no, someone delete this thing.
Try to go to the material real quick.
Just gonna delete this real quick.
Yep.
All right, decal actor material.
Yeah, open that file up and just hit save and apply in the window. I want to see if that potentially changes it. Sometimes with materials, you have to do these things so they like don't update on the meshes, even though it seems like they should. So maybe that'll help. No. What the fuck?
Yeah, it apply stayed grayed out. But what's weird is like, okay, no, that's working. All right, so it's working in the preview. Sorry, I was doing this, rotating around.
Yeah,
that.
no, like, and I would think we would see something like that, because if you go and you look at your decal, right, it looks like it's like a default material to me still. It has that like grid texture on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so strange.
What'd you say sort order was? 1?
I have them all at default. So if you see that little loop arrow next to it, that means it's changed, and they should all be default. Try to change it to a different texture and see if it changes.
Okay. Let's just
Earth is fine. Yeah, totally. See, it's not doing anything.
I don't understand.
That's so strange.
Let's do let's just build light, see if that makes a difference. I don't know why it would,
Sure.
but
Yeah.
let's just try it. Nope, doesn't care. Shit.
I'm Googling.
I'm gonna step away real quick. I gotta use the restroom, so I'll be right back.
Yep, no worries. Let's see. Oh, okay, there's a material setting that he needs to change. Found it immediately. Okay. Yeah, for anybody who's not following, there's a bunch of cute animal pictures in our Discord right now. And we would like more. So, you know, if you guys can contribute, please get in there and show us your animals.
Spam us with your pets.
I'll put a picture of
We love
your
it.
Shiba Inu Chandler in there. Definitely worth checking out.
How old is he in that picture? It's a baby.
That's from a couple months ago. He's probably 5 now, something like that. Yeah.
He's a small boy. He's so cute.
He is a lot bigger than Mochi. They're both about 26 pounds, but Mochi is quite a bit smaller in size than Chandler, so he's like solid compared to Chandler. Chandler's kind of skinnier and thin and quick.
Yeah, it's like my cats. One is 4 years old and she weighs like a good 6 pounds. And then the other one is younger. She's like 3 years old now, or almost 3. And she weighs probably 17 pounds. She's a chonkers.
Seeing if either of them are down here or not.
We're back, chat.
Okay, I figured it out. You gotta go to your material. And then there's a setting that I got to change to make it work with decals. So
All right.
click on the big node in the graph, the main one. Yeah, click on that, and that'll change the settings on the left. And then you need to change the material domain to like deferred decal. And I think that's the top one. Yeah.
I should compile first.
Maybe. It's really blurry. What does it say?
It says that there's compilation errors.
Oh, just hit continue. Yeah, that's fine. And then you can close that, and then you can change your material back to the right one here.
Oh, dude, it turned it into the fucking weird green thing. Look at that. What?
I see that. Does it look like that when you open it?
Yes. It's fucking green now.
Oh, what do we need to do differently here? Hold on, let me look at mine. Deferred decal, blend mode translucent. I think those are the two that matter. You might not have had the translucent set.
I didn't. That
Okay, so-
definitely changed the way it looked.
Yep. And then
All right, it's working now. Yeah.
you
I
want to
didn't get
take
any errors.
the A node coming out of the texture sample, and you want to put it into opacity on the material too, and then that'll give you like alpha.
We did it, chat. I think we did it, chat.
Yep. That's it.
We did it, chat. Okay.
Yeah, so if you think
we're
like you
here.
could just take a picture and slap it into Unreal Engine and just like put it on a wall in your level or something, what we just did is what you actually have to do that. So
All right, so I want to take these two things and group them together. Sure, that's fine. Okay, cool. All right, so we're here. We want to see this guy. I'll pull this up, maybe. Yeah, it seems good. Let me see if my quest link is cooperating. Welcome back, Halcyon. We figured out how to put a decal on a box brush and got that working and stuck our logo on it. So that's all you might have missed.
but a little bit of trouble because you got to set some material settings correctly or the decals don't work.
All right, quest link. Yeah, we're doing it. All right, cool. This is gonna be neat. This is gonna be really fun to see in VR. Slapping my mic. I can't see it with my goggles on. Let's do this real quick. Yeah, this is sick. All right, cool. Yeah, this is way closer to how I've been imagining it. So chat, unfortunately, you can't really see this. Like, it does not translate very well, especially in flat, even if I share the screen with you guys. But this is like way closer to what I was thinking. I want to put a little bit of like variation on these tree branches now, at least on the big tree, because I think that matters. It'll just be a little more helpful. So that's what I'm going to do next. All right, what are we at for time? We're close to end of stream now, I
Right
think.
at 2 hours. Yep. 1 minute away.
Yeah, let's where's my other thingy that is monitoring the thing? Yeah, we got like 2 to 3 minutes. So chat, I'll just show you what I was talking about, doing some variations on these. So we'll go under here. So these are all kind of on the same axis right now because of just the way I built the tree. So what I'm going to do is grab all these lower branches. Oh shit, I can't because I grouped it. Didn't I group it? Where's the group actor? Oh, I merged everything. God damn it. Do you remember how to unmerge, or is that like not a possibility?
No, you can't unmerge. No.
Well,
I know
shit.
I know you kept your like original unmerged one, didn't you?
I don't think so. It's okay. It's fine.
What do you have selected here that I'm looking at?
This is the merged thing.
Well, since you have all those individual blockout things, I don't think that's merged. Like a
won't
merge
let me
should just be like a single actor for the whole thing, basically.
Yeah, these are all like, I don't even see a group selection.
What are you trying to do?
Just move one of the branches and like select individual branches, but when I click on it, it just selects the entire thing.
That's weird.
There we go. I hit Control Shift G and that fixed it. I don't even have a group actor for it, so I don't know how the fuck it did that, but cool. We're
Weird.
good.
Okay.
I just guessed at the right hotkey.
But yeah, when you have merged in, like if you click on one of your other like gray trees, I think they should just show up as like a single item in the outliner, and that's how it should be. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So let's save this so that I don't have my tree merged anymore or grouped. Yeah, I feel like the group selection just like held on for a minute. I don't know why. All right, we'll grab these. What am I doing? I don't even want to move those. I want to move these upper ones. What happened to this fucking guy? I'll fix it after. All right, just in case. All right, now we'll go here. We'll go to top. Let's go over to my branches. Please don't be weird. Oh, it's so weird. I can't do it in that. Oh, I know what I need to do. Let's go back to this and we'll align local world. Do you know how I move it off of this piece of the selection, Tony?
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to move my so like if I rotate here, it's not pivoting around the middle.
And you have everything selected.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I actually learned this one yesterday. Go back into perspective and hold control and unselect something that is in the middle and then reselect it. And it always puts the widget on the last item that you select.
Got it.
And
Yep, that was
like
it. That's what I wanted to do.
Make the pivot point where you want it to be.
That's actually a really good one, honestly. So let's see, we were here. Let's go to like there. We'll have to do a little bit of adjustment.
Oh, we got booms in chat. Let's go.
Boom! We did more tree things, boom.
We got Vince use landscape tools.
Yeah, I used the landscape tool. It was great, actually. I had fun. I really like that tool. It's awesome. All right, so let's go back over here. Let's get under this thing, see how that looks.
Oh, boom. I ran out of G Fuel last week and ordered hype sauce on your recommendation, and very tasty. Good call.
All right, we'll get these, scooch them a little that way. I don't want this aligned to that. I want it aligned to that. Yeah, we're not trying to be perfect, chat. We just don't want big gaps in the tree there, or in the branch. Okay, so that's a little bit better. We got some more variation. I've got like a cluster of these branches here. So I think I'm going to take the top one and rotate it just a little bit to fill this gap, and that should be good. So let's get up there.
So yeah, Chad, if you've been enjoying this type of content too, I would imagine that kind of the follow-on to this is that once Vince has this dialed into the way that he wants it to look, then he'll probably pass it off to me, and we can do a stream where I kind of take it and make it more into the way that it would need to be to, you know, appear as a splash screen in our game. Take some of the block out into a more realistic tree model and stuff like that. So we're always looking for feedback from you guys. You know, if you find this boring or if you find this interesting, please let us know. We have the Discord and all of our social media channels. So happy to hear from everybody.
Yeah, our stream is for you guys. It's not really for us. Like we're doing this off cam, and this is more about like showing you guys the process, like helping you get into game dev, like making the things that you imagine real. Like that's the whole point of what we're doing here. So okay,
yeah, we have stuff like this that's just kind of like our fallback plan for when there's nothing specific that somebody needs from us or that we want to do. But it always, you know, approaching streams, if there's something that you want us to cover or talk about or teach somebody how to do or whatever, we're happy to do it. Just reach out, and if anything, that helps us out because we want to make content that's interesting to you guys. And a lot of the time we're just kind of like, I don't know, let's just build a tree today, I guess. So yeah.
Yep. This is something that I've been wanting to build for a little while, so this is good. But you know, we're gonna get to the point where it's like, well, this is done. Now we can like show you guys what it looks like in game, you know, and we can like boot up Sacred Geography and like have this attached to it. Oh, that's way better. Cool. So yeah, chat. Now you're seeing a little bit of interesting tree shape action going on. Yeah, I really like the offsets here in that you know, second and fourth layer of branches. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, so I think that's it. We got a lot of stuff done today that I'm excited about. We started with just a tree and like a cube that it was sitting on. Now we have a big landscape. We've got some variations in terrain height. We added our logo, so imagine that this will like pop in, you know, so you'll spawn in, like fade in from black, and you're in this space, and these trees are like hyper stylized, you know, made of like holographic things, fractals, all kinds of shit like that. You know, hopefully we can get it to where it's procedurally generated, so every time you load into the splash, it's slightly different. It's still going to be a grove of trees. Exactly. Still going to have our logo. But yeah, it'll be like super sick. Yeah, and I'm with you on that, Boom. You want to climb the fractal tree into infinity. Exactly. That's like the feeling we want you to get, where you get in here and you're like, what is this? Like, what am I even playing? And you're like, oh, that's not the game. That's sick. Okay, cool. Like, I like this. So yeah, that's the whole idea behind this. This will, you know, we're not gonna have this default skybox. It'll probably be some really cool, interesting like fractal visualizations, maybe some lasers and all kinds of other shit that Tony's been building. So yeah, this part of the process is design blockout. This is where I have this vision in my head, and trying to explain this to the rest of the team is really, really challenging. So the best way for me to do it is just go block it out. There's a reason why I didn't just go grab a tree as an asset and throw it in there, and the reason is because I want to be able to change the shape of these branches, the different little bits, and I just want an approximation of the branch. I don't want a real tree, because then I can't get in there and like fiddle with the cards for the branches and all that other shit. Making a blockout is somewhat of a heavier lift at the beginning, but if I know what shapes I want to use and it's all placed in the right way, handing this over to an artist for them to finish the space is so much fucking easier, because they're not trying to guess at like where the placements go or what scales are, or like, you know, the shape of the branches and shit. Like they don't have to guess as much. And that's the whole.
Also, if you look at our logo, I would say it would probably be pretty hard for us to find a off-the-shelf 3D model that even approximated all of the stuff that we needed it to do in the ways that we needed it to look and behave at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, the vision in my head is like how our logo, like I'm just going to zoom in on it real quick. How our logo has like this, you know, opaque side and then this like fractal side, like translating that into the shape of this tree block out for like a shipped asset. And like half of it is like wireframe, you know, you can see like the lines for all the different like faces and you know, verts and, you know, all that shit just like connecting. And then the other side is more like real tree, but still like holographic, you know, maybe changing shape subtly. Like that's the whole thing we're going for here.
Any 3D artists, you know, the left side is just basically ends up being a Voronoi texture kind of out towards the outer edges. And translating that into kind of like a feasible, real 3D thing is going to be really interesting. But I think if we can pull it off, it's going to be insanely sick. So,
and imagine this like dotted liner on the outside that's like cyan going into like a salmon color, and that's like just kind of a dome around the tree, like maybe changing shape and like fluctuating a little bit too. So yeah, that's definitely like the track we're going down with this. So I'm really excited about this progress. This is a lot closer to what I had in my head, so this is feeling a lot better. I think maybe we do like, yeah, I think what Tony was saying is right. Probably next steps are, let's get this into a game so that it just loads, like, sorry, slapping stuff. When it loads in, you get like, and then we can just, play a build. We're really close to that. We have Sacred Geography working in multiplayer sessions now, so we can actually like play a session. We'll have, fake locations because it costs us money to go pull that data off of Google Maps or Google Street View, whatever the fuck that shit is called. There's API calls for it. It costs us money every time. So when we do release Sacred Geography, we're going to have to actually like charge for it. We're going to try to make it as cheap as possible so we don't end up having to pay to have Sacred Geography out in the wild. But we're getting really close. And so this is another one of those steps. We'll think about what we're going to do for the next dev stream next week. Let's see. Tony, you want to throw like Coin Pusher up or like Neighbor Grid or anything like as we close out and, give our parting thoughts?
I don't have it loaded. Do I have it loaded up? Oh, I do have it loaded up. Yeah, sure.
Cool. So yeah, tomorrow I think we were talking about playing V Rising. We got a server set up with help from Omni Dynamic. If anyone in chat or in Discord wants to play with us, that is a dedicated server. It'll be up all the time. Please let us know. We've got a couple of bases already built. We started them over the weekend or like, end of last week. It's been pretty fun. V Rising is really cool. We like the vampire vibes. Survival crafting is not necessarily my cup of tea, but it's definitely the coolest. It's a game that we can play with a ton of you all at once, which is really cool. And that's what Thursdays are about. Last Thursday, I ended up playing the Whisper Reprisal on stream with Old Man Mikowski, who is a Destiny and Halo content creator. I think he's a variety streamer at this point. He used to be pretty, Whisper. Yeah. So Halcyon, I think I sent you the video, but we did a cut of it, or maybe you found us because of that. But yeah, it was basically just my reaction to the live stream. Last Thursday, I played it for the first time on stream, which was cool. It was really fun. So we were working with Mikowski's editing team and trying to cut a video together of that. We don't want to be redundant and like kind of repeat some of the things. I did repeat some of the stuff that I said in the video that we put out on Friday. I repeated some of that in the playthrough with Mikowski. So we're just going to be careful about like not rehashing shit that I already went over and all that. So we're working on a little bit of that. Hopefully we'll get a nice version of that put up soon, maybe a week or so. We've got to coordinate with Mikowski's team. He's out at the St. Jude content creator event right now with like Lupo and, all those other people that he plays with and Triple G and all those guys. So when they get all that together and we're ready, we will let you guys know and just keep watching our channels. I think that's about it. I think that's all I've got. The Orbeez fucking salmon ladder thing is super fucking cool. Really excited to see where that goes. If you guys have ideas or suggestions or comments, or you want help integrating something like this for your stream, we're more than happy to help you out. That's the whole point. And it's not, if you come through on a Thursday and you couldn't come through on a Wednesday and you still want to ask technical questions, absolutely fine. Please do that. That's the whole point. I think that's all I've got for today.
Yeah, that does bring up a thought that I had earlier, which is that we potentially could do a stream too, or we just kind of hook this up to Twitch and talk about how that works and how we did it and kind of like walk through that whole process and talk about some of the strategies that we have for why we set things up the way that we did. So again, if that sounds like something that would be interesting to anybody, please let us know. We're happy to support the community, share our knowledge, and help you guys be more awesome in any way that we can. So as always, just please let us know.
Oh, Halcyon, I don't know if you saw, but this is my personal Whisper prop back here. it's pretty blown out and far away, and I can't pick it up because last time I did that, we got bopped and like they killed our stream on YouTube. Oh shit, that just reminded me. Do we have any chatters in YouTube that I've been neglecting?
Oh
yep,
man,
Spinfoil hat. I'm so sorry, Spinfoil. I really appreciate you chatting. We almost never get people in YouTube chat. So if you catch this on the VOD or if you're still in chat on YouTube, really apologize for that. Come on over to our Twitch stream. That's usually where we get chatters. We almost never have anybody. Like, we've been doing this since January, and I think you and one other person have been the only people that popped up in chat for YouTube. So yeah, if you want to stay in contact with us and ask questions and whatnot, come join our Discord. I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there again. Follow us on all of our socials. Here's our link tree, and that's everywhere that we have like web presence and stuff. So yeah, all of that. I think that's it. I'm just kind of rambling at this point. Christina, you got any parting shots or anything you want to talk about Chalupa?
Listen to Taylor Swift's new album. And then come talk to me about it. I would love to chat about that more. But yeah, I don't really have anything else. Maybe next week I can show some MetaHuman stuff if I get into it in the next few days and I feel confident enough to broadcast that live on Twitch. So TBD.
That would be very exciting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for coming through. Thanks all you new people, all the new follows. The support has been really, really awesome. I'll just go through the spiel again. The whole reason we do this stream is to, so I spent a bunch of time last year trying to raise funding, for our studio. It's very, very difficult right now to do that. So at the beginning of the year, we were like, you know what, fuck it. Let's try to crowdfund a little bit. And we went with the, streaming instead of just, putting up a Kickstarter or something like that, where you just kind of throw money into a box and then we get back to you in a couple of years. We're trying to be like, we're here, every week. You can come chat with us. These are the things we're building. All donations, all subs, every, bits, everything that goes, any money that we make from the stream goes directly back into the business. The whole goal is to, fund our projects with this. So we are all giving our time to this for free. And it would be really, really nice to be able to pay members of the team. Everyone else is going to get paid before I do. So that's where we're at. And because of all of your guys' wonderful support, you've helped us cover our operational costs, which is a first for us. We were basically just paying out of pocket all of last year for pretty much everything that we did with the business. So this is the first time that we've been able to just cover our source control and some of the licenses that we use. And it's just really fucking cool. So thank you guys so much. You guys are really awesome. Really like all the new people that came through. Hope you guys enjoyed our dev stream, and we will see you tomorrow for some, some gameplay come through. We're playing V Rising, I think. And yeah, come hang out. Bye, Boom. Bye, everybody in chat. Bye, Halcyon. Thank you so much for coming through and chatting.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate all of you. We'll be back at 2 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow and play some games. Come through. Talk to us in the Discord. We appreciate all of you very much. We'll see you around.
Thank you. Thank you, Heated. Thank you, Omni. Everything that you've helped us with. I'm just trying to catch everyone here. I think that's pretty much it. We got all the chatters in chat today. So yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for all your support.